Hey everyone, John Runner 88 here with another Star Wars figure review. And before we get started, we got a good vibe going here. See this good vibe going on? Let's keep the vibe going good by giving the video a like. So why don't you go down there, give a little like. I'd appreciate that a ton. And yeah, let's move on to our review here with our Shop Disney and Disney Parks exclusive figure here. It's R2-S4M. This is they usually do a few releases throughout the year aside from like their multi-packs. They'll have like kind of like a overall like can be from anywhere figure, whether it's like something like this where it's a screen accurate representation of a droid, or they'll do like a themed one like they did like a droid that looked kind of like Ahsoka one year. Then they've got their Pride droids or their Rainbow collection that they did this year. Then they've also got their holiday droids, and they sprinkle those throughout the year at the appropriate times. And this time we get this for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and I actually have one on card here. Look at that. I like how they actually use like a picture of like the toy, and they put kind of like a cool scene behind it. You see Jabba's palace and whatnot. Then it has a little blurb on the back about the droid, which is, it's always appreciated. They actually have some history for the droid and whatnot. But I think the coolest aspect about this droid is, I mean, it comes with all the accessories that you really need for it. It's got the drinks up top here, and I like how I'm not sure what color they were in the movie, but I like how it's kind of green, and they make it look like it's kind of filled up, which is nice. This is one of the holiday trays. This isn't the droid that came with it, but you can see that they have a few different renditions of it. And this is much bigger than the version that usually comes with the Hasbro droids. They have a much smaller design to their tray, which is this one right here. You can see it's a considerably smaller than this one. Much smaller. I do kind of like these cups a little bit better. I mean, just the size of them, they fit into more figures' hands. And they have the little spout up here that you can take off. And you can also remove that. And then comes with the third leg that you can get in. And there he is. Or there she is. I don't know. I don't know what the programming is on him. But this is a previous rendition. This is I'm sure some people like it. I absolutely hate this style of body. They've used it on a few figures recently. I know it was like General Merrick's Astromech droid used that body, and it's just I hate it. Stop using it, Hasbro. I don't know why they keep using it. I know this is the Shop Disney one, but Hasbro's is basically the exact same thing. They use all the same pieces, I think. I don't know if like Disney had like got the same molds or something. I could see that happening, but yeah, this is I'm get all the droids I have in this style. I'm getting rid of, so I'm glad they came out with a new one. And this one wasn't even named in the set. It's the Entertainment Earth exclusive 6-pack that came with, and it just says Jabba's bartender. So it's actually got a name now, which is pretty cool. But one thing I don't like about these trays, though, and same goes for the Hasbro one, like you can put it on them when they are in their three-legged pose, but as you can see, it's kind of really over the top of their head, and then you can't put a little like spigot in the top, which is whatever. I mean, why would they be filling the drinks as they're going around when somebody would take a cup and then would they just be And are you insinuating that they've got like juice inside of them? I don't want juice inside my droids, I'm sorry. But, maybe it's a feature that you can add on when you're purchasing your droid. Who's to know, really? But had a fun little experience with this guy. You can notice that maybe some other reviewers have gotten their videos out already, because I should have probably had this, a few days before I actually got it. What happened with this is I put my order in the Monday it was released, which was the 12th? Yes. So it was the 12th that they went live on Shop Disney. I went on, put my order in, did all that good stuff, had no problem. And then I got my email and it was like, hey, here's your tracking number. So I click the tracking number, it brings me to the UPS website, and it's like, error, can't find this like tracking number. I was like, okay, well, sometimes it takes a day or so for it to update. But typically when a label, like when it says something is shipped, it has created a shipping label, and it will at least say awaiting like package pickup or something like that. And then it was like another day went by, it still said the same thing. And another day went by, still said the same thing. And I was like, okay. So I contacted Shop Disney, and they're like, oh yeah, no, it's shipped out. It says it's shipped out. And I was like, okay. So I wait like a couple more days, and then it was like, I would say it was like Thursday, and it was still giving me an error message. So I contacted like UPS, and they're like, oh, there's nothing in our system for that. And they're like, that's also a USPS like tracking number. And I was like, okay. So I check it on their website, and it says, hey, there was a failed delivery for this item on, was it May 23rd? And I'm like, hey, that product wasn't even available at that time, so I don't know what the heck was going on. Sorry for my voice cracked a little bit, but I don't know what was going on there. So I contacted Disney again, and I was like, hey, this product isn't moving. I've seen plenty of other people that live local, like near me, and like even further from where it's shipping from. And I was like, how come this hasn't gotten to me yet? And they're just like, oh, we'll look into it. They're like, oh, we can't figure anything out. So we'll just mark it as a lost or whatever. And I was like, okay. And thankfully, they still had them in stock. They sent another one out. And that one updated like the next day. I looked it up, and it was like, it's been shipped. Or like I got the email, it said it was shipped. I clicked the tracking, and it was like, hey, it's awaiting package pickup. And I was like, cool. And then I checked my other email for just some giggles, and it's like, hey, this has been updated too. And I was like, what's going on here? I don't know what happened, what wires got crossed, but I ended up getting the second one. And yeah, so this is going off to another collector somewhere, and I hope they enjoy it, because I enjoy all my droids. And yeah, that was a fun story. It was just weird. Wires got crossed somewhere. I don't know. But I ended up getting 2 droids. And I guess that's kind of cool, Yeah, I think that's going to about do it. Did you pick this guy up? Let me know. Leave a comment if you did. That'd be cool. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye, guys.